We're here today to talk about something that most of us don't ever think about, which is something called rootstock. Now we have the wonderful varieties that we're offering on the top of the tree. What's going down here on the bottom of the tree? This is called rootstock. These are the Geneva series rootstocks, and they've been specially paired with the disease-resistant tops to also have a disease-resistant rootstock. This also basically protects the tree, whereas the top may be resistant to scab and or fire blight. If the bottom is not also resistant, they'll die. The tree will actually die from the base. So we're pairing a disease-resistant variety with these wonderful disease-resistant Geneva rootstocks bred at Cornell University. How does this work? Well, while we are selecting the top of the tree for its very tasty fruit, instead there's a whole bunch of other folks that are breeding apple trees for their abilities to create what they call basically vigor and precociousness. Now this is would be in the normal nursery. If you saw this as a full-size tree, this Geneva rootstock would look like a fairly short crabapple, maybe a small yellow fruit. Then these little cuttings would be taken from that tree, and those would be lined out, and they would grow little tiny roots. And then these trees would be, these little sticks that are about, say, 2-3 feet tall, would be lifted from the ground and sent all over the United States for nurseries all over to graft their wonderful varieties on top of them. So just like we propagate the top of the tree from cuttings, also the bottom of the tree has been bred and propagated from cuttings and joined together in this wonderful thing called the graft union. I want to talk a little bit about the history of rootstock. People think that semi-dwarf and dwarfing apple trees are a recent thing. Actually, the history of those goes back thousands of years. Originally, these were select apples that were used in the walled paradise gardens throughout the Byzantine and Islamic empires in the Middle East. And that technology sort of was brought to the European community via the Moors and basically other information exchange. So for a very long time, this dwarfing has been part of people's understanding of growing trees. There was an original rootstock called Paradise, and that Paradise rootstock was the dwarfing rootstock used for hundreds of years. So this isn't new. What's new is this disease resistance that's being paired between these two, which basically helps ensure us in the home garden community more success.